Alright guys, and welcome back for another edition of Night Time. Joining us tonight, we got Pugsley.
Good evening.
Crispy Pugsley.
Crispy Pugsley, yep.
And the crazy lady, every beautiful crazy lady joining us again tonight.
It's the jersey, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Anyway, before
I said hello.
we go any further, I'll just have to address something tonight. Yes, I failed miserably with my bet, and I will honour my bet, and I will go shopping on the weekend, and seeing she bet me she can pick the dress.
Didn't you say you'd walk in, pick it out, and walk out wearing it?
Oh, no, I don't give a shit. I lost miserably, so
No, I couldn't.
no, I'll do it.
You can wear it for the show.
I'll do that, and
More people will see it on the show.
yeah. Hang on, hey, you have to wear something too.
Toga.
I have to wear one. Gary has to wear one. We've all got to wear
Yeah.
something.
What is it with men and dresses?
Oh.
No, it's just Gary.
And you and Corey. Toga, it's a dress.
But joining us tonight in the bar is Drag Boy Gary.
Hi, how are yous? How are you, crew?
Good mate. So yeah, apparently you've got a bet you've got to honour as well.
Yeah, and a sausage hat as well.
Yeah. Well, I forgot about that
Are
one.
they
but
Terry's sausages?
yeah, steak and chops, Terry sausage.
Well, does he do Frankfurts?
Yeah.
So that way I can chew on the Frankfurt while I'm wearing the dress.
True.
Have you had Terry sausage?
I have had Terry sausage. It's quite nice.
Yes.
The best.
Anyway, I will honour it, but I honestly thought we were in with a chance. I don't understand how that happened the way it did.
So much for the theory of playing good one week, bad the one week, and then playing good the next. That didn't happen, didn't it?
Nothing happened.
I told you Penrith weren't going to lose 2 in a row.
No, well, that's right, but maybe they went to Krispy Kreme before the game.
I tell you what, though, Friday night when I just pulled up from work, one of our loyal listeners and watchers, Karen Bennett, hey Karen, she messaged me and said, your Origin players aren't playing, and that's when I'm like, oh, no, it's going to end badly for us. So even I thought the Knights were going to win.
But Ivan didn't. Ivan had full confidence in who he was bringing in.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was his thinking, though. I think, because we got Melbourne this week, he probably thought, if we lose a game, it's not going to really matter.
Yeah and no, I don't know. I think he had full confidence in the players he was bringing in. Plus, he needs to bring him in probably for a little bit of a run for getting into semi-finals. There's going to be injuries. So, no disrespect to us, but would you rather bring him in against Melbourne or the Knights?
Yeah, the Knights.
So, that's where that was. But, yeah. Anyway, mate, word in the bar this week, guys.
Just on what you're saying, when they bring the younger ones up, I think they try even harder to impress, to get up there. Like you said, if there's any injuries, get first picked. But yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. This one's sent in by Amanda Hugginkiss. I've heard that name somewhere before. Amanda Hugginkiss. Anyway, should Hunt be made to sit out for the rest of the season instead of being allowed to slot right into whoever he signs with?
Well, I think I'll touch on this very briefly. Well, now that he's had his meeting and they've obviously gone through what his grievances, he's staying for the rest of the year. So let's just keep him there and let's just see what happens.
I reckon he should play the season out. Unless it's agreed by both parties, which it's not. He should see his contract out and see the year at the club. You can't just... I don't like where you just leave the club in the lurch. it's not about so much your club too, it's your teammates.
That's right.
I know that they let old mate go the other week, but that was neutral and that's fine. But Titans, you'll end up at?
If he goes, there we will be.
Let him start afresh at the Titans next year.
Yes, mate.
I know they're trying to get. I don't think it's going to work, but they're trying to swap him for Tino. I don't think that's going to happen, but
I wouldn't mind Fodawaker.
you can have him.
They're letting Moses Mbai go too.
Yeah, well, that's good. I
Yeah.
don't mind that.
Yeah, apparently they're going bye.
Yep. Yep. Shane Flanagan's going to put his stamp on the club here and get who he wants in, so I'm happy
But
with
Hunt's heart won't be in it, I don't reckon. It's like if you turn up to work and you absolutely hate it, you're not going to put 100%
Well,
in.
I can understand where he's coming from. The club,
It's a disaster.
well, that's right, but they haven't bought, and this is not so much the playing group; it's the board.
What's the board?
And the board has done nothing for recruitment. And they've brought all these low ball, money ball players, whatever they had last year, and they're all, gone now or on the scrap heap.
Yeah, self. Where's the money? Where's the rest of the money?
Well, that's true. Trying to develop blokes like Sloan, Amone and Sullivan, who are the future, Hunt should probably go and play hooker. That's what I reckon.
But you need some old heads around these young guns.
Well, you do.
You need some experience. You need something with. Like, seriously, the Dragons are going to struggle to recruit anyone for a while because no one wants to go to a toxic club. And I'm not bagging them, but from the outside looking in, if I'm, just to use a high-profile player, for example, I'm a Stephen Crichton or I'm a Adam Reynolds or someone in that calibre, I'm not even going to look twice at the Dragons at the moment because there's something wrong there and you're not going to want to go to a club that's toxic. And unfortunately, that's what they're branding at the moment.
Because I think there's just going to be a little bit more long-term pain for us.
Every club goes through it at a certain stage.
They
too.
do.
Tigers more recently.
Yeah, the Knights.
Yeah.
And might as well touch on soon. The Knights are sort of borderline as well. Like there's something not right here as well. So
Touch on, Parramatta a few years ago, they won the wooden spoon, and the next year they were pretty much up in the finals.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, it happens.
yeah, anyway, moving on with that one. I don't want to get you upset.
Oh, it's all good.
We've got
I'm
some
used to
tissues
it.
handy.
Actually.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
That was from Amanda.
Good question, Amanda.
Hugginkiss.
Very good question.
Yeah. This one's from Jane Webb. Why does it seem that the Broncos can never play day games very well?
100% right. Isn't that
Good
right?
question.
Actually, someone quoted this after the game. I think it might have been on social media. So let's take them back to Friday nights.
No, let's make them play more day games.
Yeah.
Even it up. Why should they be?
That's right.
That for that. Oh, okay. If that's the case, okay, I'm fine with that. But the Knights must have every Saturday afternoon game. We'll take that.
Makes it easy for you then, doesn't it?
100% it does.
Yeah. Be great.
Or at least should be evenly shared.
That's right. And, because it suits them, they seem to get it. And this is my issue with the NRL. And I know a lot of people might laugh or whatever, but this is what I think. NRL needs a whole shake-up. Whoever's running the game has got no idea, really. Like, there's teams or clubs that seem to get favouritism over others. Like West Tigers, for example. I bet you they get absolutely diddly squat because they're at the bottom of the ladder. But then you get the Roosters. You get the Broncos.
Ratings.
I don't care, but, like, everyone should be on the same playing field.
Yep.
And, Roosters don't have as big following as, say, Newcastle. Or they don't have a big following as, say, Penrith, for example.
Penrith's following got a lot bigger in the last couple of years.
That's right, but you see what I mean? You go to a Penrith game, win, lose or draw. They're packed. You go to a Knights game, win, lose or draw. It's packed. You go to the Roosters game, they give away free tickets.
A couple of years ago, though, before we started winning, the games weren't packed out.
Well, it is now.
And that's what you call your typical bandwagoners.
But the Knights used to go through, as you know, through the spoon. We still have plenty of people.
That's right.
And, yeah,
they would definitely turn up, rain, hail or shine, or how they were playing.
Mate, we used to make fun out of it. Like, we'd get our, pardon the French, our asses handed to us, but we'd still make fun out of it. We'd have a great day. And to be honest, yeah, we're getting our butts handed to us, but I felt players were still trying. And they were having a dig. So that's, I wouldn't say you don't mind losing, but you can sort of handle a loss more if you see they're having a dig.
If they're having 100% crack at it,
Yeah.
and they lose, well, the other team was a better side, or the ball didn't bounce the right way. But yeah,
So, yeah, and this whole Vegas shit has got me. Like, why are we taking the game to a place that's not going to benefit? Okay. The fans are what keeps this game alive. The fans in Australia, at New Zealand. So why is it going to Vegas? What has that got to do with the fans?
More money.
But it's got nothing to do with the fans that are keeping the game alive. Without the fans, there's no game.
They're trying to get more fans over there, which brings in more money.
I don't agree with it. If they're going to do something, just have another, would love to see a second Magic round throughout the year. You got
Over
one
in
in,
Perth.
well, even Perth. No, we'll bring back the Nines.
Yep.
But I think a Magic round concept in Sydney, mid-year, for our charity, so to speak, or whatever. Everyone goes, that would be magic. Why take it to Vegas? No, I just don't get it. It just then it drives me batty, to be honest. Anyway, guys.
maybe there's something behind the facade. There's, like you said, money and something else, or
I'll give Alan a call later.
radio. We'll wait for that one.
Alan.
Hangover.
Oh,
Chez Roll, sorry. Why do the Knights continually persist with the short dropouts when our defence can't handle the pressure?
I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. I actually like it.
I commented on this.
Yeah, I know Kyle's
I
don't
remember
like
watching it.
And we had a healthy debate ourselves.
In the lounge room, we watched the game. We went to the game, but then we watched the game because there's some parts you miss.
Yeah.
Obviously, being at the game, so we rewatched it the next day, and
I like it.
It was the same score?
Nah, it seemed to change. We seemed to got beat by more. But, well, it seemed to hurt more anyway, the second time around. I like it, the whole factor, you're trying to get the ball back, and if you've got players like Dom Young that are tall and lanky, you just need to master that kick a bit better. Where, I don't think we do, but I like it. But another thing I do like, and I wish we'd see more of it, is Cleary's kick. I say Cleary's kick because not many other people do. Where he drop kicks it, 100 mile an hour across the ground, and it goes out.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
And I like players like that are not just simple, plain, let's kick it and defend. Let's try a hand and try to win something back.
see for the Knights though, the short. I think they did 3 short dropouts, and they all backfired.
Yeah, but why? That was the kick. The kick was not on target. The kick was woeful.
Dom Young saved it from going out.
Yeah,
like he batted it back.
Poor gay guy had a wobbly, but the kick too on a lot of things is not right. You've got to master that kick, and then it can work wonders for the team. But I get like a lot of people saying what Kylie says. Why not just put it as far as you can down, try to defend it away from your line? But I just think it brings that little bit of excitement back into the game a bit more.
I think a lot of teams now rather defend outside with 10 metres out than having a set from halfway.
But yeah, as I said, going back to the Cleary, I say the Cleary kick because he's a master at it, and 100 metres across, 100 mile an hour across the ground. Change it up. It's great. But see, it brings back to my whole thing about changing up your attack. Keep the defence guessing. Like, you might do that once, then you won't do it for another. You might not even do it for the rest of the game. You'll try a different option, but it's keeping the defence guessing. This bullshit, and I say bullshit because it's frustrating as hell, where we just do the plane up the middle and on the last we'll put a kick up, or
It's the same old.
yeah, everyone knows what we're going to do. And this is why I get back to, all right, I'll say it, I wasn't going to, but this is where they're saying about Adam O'Brien getting the sack. I'm not one to say yes he has to and yes he hasn't, but something's got to change. Our attack has to change. He needs to coach him differently. And I just think it's just, there's just a bit of an attacking nightmare, I believe, with us at the moment. Maybe let our halves play their own game. You know, let them play their own. Say, hey, okay, didn't it happen with Badiris? Or one of the coaches when we're having a few, he said, go out and play your own game. We lost for weeks in a row, and he said, I'm not going to tell you how to play your game. You go out and have your own. We come out and we blitzed it.
Yeah.
Why don't we let Hastings and Gamble play their own game?
You know the biggest thing I've been saying all along, I reckon you'd know if you guessed? Fitness.
Yeah, true,
Their
that as well.
fitness is lacking. Did you see the Knights out on their feet?
Yeah, they were pretty pumped.
Hands on their hips, and they were gassed.
They were gassed a bit, I must admit.
And that was into playing against the reserve grade side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
We still had a good...
I don't
still a
agree
good
with
side.
that whole, you know, where people say, oh, you played a Penrith Reserve grade side. No, we didn't. We did, but we didn't.
We still had the likes of Fish, Moses, Tungor.
Edwards.
Deadwood, Elwood,
what's the-
Spencer.
Yeah, that's him.
Moses, like, you had a quality side, but those players that come through, they're not reserve grade quality. And it showed they are first grade material. It's just the fact that you've got a talented squad and you're trying to push in there. So they're not a reserve grade side. They're a talented squad. And this is where I get back to whether people say, oh, it was arrogance of Cleary. No, it wasn't. He's just got a massive nursery of first grade talent that he can pull out and pull in whoever he wants.
It filters right through the grades because remember last year, Penrith won everything last year from
That's right.
first grade all the way down to Jersey Fleet.
So it's not arrogancy, it's masterclass, really,
right.
of not just Cleary, but the club.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Penrith, Luai, Cleary do. Everybody's going to hate them.
Oh, he's just a grub.
Because you know what? I now know how a Melbourne Storm supporter felt for all those years.
But we'll touch on it a bit later, but it's all right now because Luai is not the grub of the week. It's Reece Walsh.
Well, it's debatable to a lot of Queenslanders, but all I can say is, yeah, it's nice.
No, I think he's took the reins by an eyebrow.
Some mascara.
Anyway, guys.
Yep. Halfway through that, I had something to say, but it got carried away and I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
But it's good that we get into it.
Getting
It's,
heated.
Couldn't find my glasses. This is by Michael Blank. There's nothing after his name, it's Blank.
blankety blanks.
Should Adam Clune be back in the team?
No.
That was quick.
No.
Why not?
5 good reasons why.
Well, gamble,
Gamble.
and gamble,
And someone
That's-
different.
and
for the
stick
fifth.
with the halves. We've got to stick with our halves.
Was Clune good? Can't remember.
Well, he's not
No.
first grade material yet. He's getting there. He'll be a good backup, but we have to stick with our halves. No matter how bad of a game they had last week or 2 weeks before, we've got to stick with them. We have to see it out. We can't keep chopping and changing it because nothing will change. Look at Queensland. They stuck with their team through thick and thin. Now look at them. They were dominant for forever. We've got to stick with it. Otherwise, seriously, nothing's going to change. And I'll tell you what, I'll get into a bit more but I'll say it now. You have a look at the game last week. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit cranky. Because, no. Because Tyson Gamble at the end of the game, he was defeated. He was
Yeah, head down.
took
Upset.
the loss hard. And I tell you, that's a player that's only just come to the club this year. What about the rest of them take a bit of notice?
He did. He come over to see the fans, but he was very deflated.
He was in another world, to be honest. He was. Though I will see if we can get some footage and show here as we're talking, if I can find it. But he was gone. Like, he was just on the ground. Like, to be honest, I reckon he was upset and near crying over there. But it took him a while to come over to us, and to be honest, I don't even think he recognised who we were. He was that. But he signed autographs and that for the kids and that, which was good after a defeat, but he just wasn't himself. And I think, that's the type of bloke I want in my club.
Yep.
That's going to take it to heart. There was others there that were laughing and carrying on with the Panthers, and I thought, yeah, okay, but look at him. He can't. He's really emotional about it. And I tell you what, that's what I want.
And the thing is, in life, the only way you learn is if you make mistakes. And there was plenty of mistakes made by the Knights. But those ones that were laughing and carrying on, they're not learning from it. They're just going, oh, well, try again next week.
And I honestly, that's another reason why we've got to stick with Gamble. Because his heart is there with the club, his passion's there, he wants to win. He's taken it to heart. Yeah, he's done some mistakes, but why is he doing a few mistakes? Because he's chancing the ball. He's trying.
That's right.
You know, and a lot of
Excuse me.
that's enough of the news this week. We just had the weather. Anyway, I feel that he got a bit of a boot in the guts this week from a lot of fans. But I tell you what, if you're going to boot someone, look at the rest of the team too before you boot one. That's my,
100%.
a lot of others that didn't play well. So also, even being a half, the forward's got to go forward for him to be able to do anything. Anyway, that's my rant.
That's pretty much 100% of it. If, like you said, if they keep chopping and changing,
Can't do it.
got to leave them in there so they can feel each other out as when they're going to be moving for the pass or a flick pass and know what they're going to do. If they don't, well,
It's not going to work in 2 weeks.
no,
You know.
it'll take time. When it does happen and gels, they'll be brilliant.
Maybe next trip we go down, they might actually put in.
Well, I reckon this week, well, surely it'll be different. Again,
I was disappointed. I was hoping to see Luai out there with Gamble.
so was I.
Too mouthy.
I'll tell you what. If Cody Walker doesn't play against us and Tyson, I'm going to be disappointed because we didn't get to see Luai. Luai is another perfect character of the game. Like a lot of people don't like him, but why? Like Guy said, because he's perfect at the game.
That's tall poppy syndrome, isn't it?
Anyway, moving on, guys.
That is it for the bar talk.
Fair enough.
Good questions.
Yes. While we're there, we've got a new segment called "What Has Got My Goat."
What has got your goat?
I thought you just discussed that when you got really passionate
Oh,
about
that too. But, that's the thing. And like I was saying today to somebody that, we've come to like players and that too. I'm not just going to follow Gamble now. Okay, heaven forbid, hopefully he doesn't. I'd like to see him here forever. But if he leaves and goes to, say, Penrith, just example, or Parramatta or
He won't go to St George.
no.
No, not at the moment.
But you know what I mean? I'm still going to follow him.
Yeah.
It's like Clammer. I still follow and support
Yep.
Clam,
watch
even though
the
he's
game and cheer him on.
Like this is, this is a family member of Gamble's I was talking. No, I said that's a following now for his career. Like we build up a friendship kind of thing, and so that's just I just don't think it was warranted. A lot of the stuff that's been said this week. But anyway, what's got my goat was this week was the compensation being awarded to Turbo. Turbo has been granted
Manly.
the bin chickens have been granted $350,000 in salary cap compensation from Tom Turbo's pec injury suffered in a rep game. It wasn't so long ago that Dave Ponga was out for a long period of time. The NRL said, no, you won't get any. So what's the freaking difference? This is my whole thing about clubs, different rules.
What about Taylor May? He's out for the whole season.
There you go.
Just because it wasn't a rep game, we're
Doesn't
leading
mean
into
shit.
the finals.
He's got paid to play that rep game, an extra 30-something grand a game.
That's right.
So I think that is absolute bullshit. I'm sorry for the language, but
No.
it's once again, this is going back to Peter Volandis needs to go. Because how can you say that to Manly? Oh, because he's in a rep game, he gets that. But, okay, Kalen Ponga, you could be gone for the rest of the season and probably the rest of your career. At that stage, it was looking like it. But we're not going to give the Knights any salary cap compensation. Go figure.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It's time to go. Peter Volandis.
If it's good enough for one, it's good enough for all of them.
That's exactly right. Can we campaign? Vote one, vote Smitter, and let me run the game?
I'll
But our vote.
I'll back you.
It's because it's ridiculous, just some of the crap, to be honest. But anyway, that was what caught my goat this week, and each week we might give a new one each week. What got up their goat, other than your husband
Or Parramatta winning.
Yeah.
So anyway, we might take a few short messages from our sponsor.
Support our show sponsor, Grand Matriarch Distillery, that gives us the beautiful Grand Matriarch vodka that you see on our show every week. Join the reward program, and for every 9 bottles you purchase, you do get 1 free. Grand Matriarch Distilling in the beautiful Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. You cannot go wrong with their product, I promise you. That's grandmatriarch.com.au.
All right, guys, welcome back, and it's that time of night again, and we're not going all the way up the top of Queensland tonight. We're going to Bondi, and the rush quarter of an hour. How are you, buddy?
Doing well, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate.
I'm great.
Oh, some are better than others, put it that way.
Well, this is what you get when you throw stupid bets out that are never a chance of hitting. I don't have a lot of empathy, I'm not going to lie to you.
Mate, I had all faith in the boys, but, I think faith was left on the bus.
Yeah, I had faith and hope when I saw that the Panthers were resting everyone. I thought it sort of became a 50-50 game then, but probably not dissimilar to the week before, probably 4 or 5 moments where you thought, wow, we had real opportunities to sew that game up. I thought more in this one, though, I'll give credit to Penrith. I actually thought they sorry for swearing, but beat the shit out of us through the middle. I thought their forwards were still outstanding, whereas ours, probably the most disappointed I've been in our pack this year. I just thought they got beaten off the park.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Then, the forwards let us down a little bit, and then, it was hard for our halves to be able to do anything, really. So, we've got to be on our game a bit more on that, especially when you come up against a quality pack like with Fish and Leota and Spencer coming off the bench.
Yep. Yeah, and well, the thing is, and that you can simplify it even more. So a few people were bagging our halves online. You got to think of it like this: if our forwards are doing their job, we're getting quick play of the balls and rolling through the middle, on attack. All of a sudden, these blokes have maybe 2 seconds with the ball in their hand before they have to make a decision, rather than half a second. On the other side of that, the defensive side of it, we're that knackered because our line speed's dreadful. The guys just eating through the middle. No one's got any energy left to do anything in attack, and that's what's been so clinical and good about Penrith for so long, is they get these little things right, and they beat you there first, and they beat you on the scoreboard later.
100%, mate. The crazy lady actually just touched on that, how deflated we looked, gassed, in the first half from all that. So you're dead right there. Like, it was so noticeable. And Paul, I don't know if it come across on TV, but Tyson Gamble just looked absolutely distraught after the game.
Oh, no, yeah, I didn't see that. I saw it again, part of Penrith's game plan. They directed a lot of traffic at him all night, so he just tackled and tackled and tackled and tackled. And you saw towards the back end of the game, he was one of those players that was just knackered.
Mm.
What do you think of the Hetherington sin bin?
I thought it was pretty dumb from Jack, to be honest. Look, in yesteryear, was it a sin bin? Absolutely not. It wasn't a penalty, but it is now. It will continue to be. I actually thought it's probably the most impact he had coming onto a game in terms of running and tackling, that kind of thing. But that one hurt. I reckon his teammates would have had a bit to say to him after that, because it was so unnecessary. He let an outside back get under his skin.
Yeah,
Like
true.
Tungo did slap him first, but it was like a little love tap, and then he should have done it a bit smarter and did it a bit on the sly.
Yeah, I just, it's one of those things where just because someone does something to you doesn't mean you get to do it back. For example, if the Tungo one did get picked up and Jack hadn't responded, that's Tungo in the bin, and Jack's obviously still on the field. So
True.
it's one of those things where you can't let emotions get the best of you. But unfortunately, Jack did there.
Mm.
Yeah, it was...
I think because he was playing his old team, it just got under his skin even more.
Yeah. But tell you what, I felt sorry for Paul Gagai about that try. Just tried to clean up from Dom Young, and just a horrible, dreadful bounce of some description. And
Yeah.
It was right in the corner where I was sitting, and it was pretty
Maybe you distracted him.
I don't know.
But, mate, yeah, there's not a lot we can say on that game except for, God, the Krispy Kreme donuts were good.
Well, I mean, at least you got them. I'm sure the bus ride on the way home was lots of fun too. But yeah, it was a difficult night, and they've just got to find a way to get a result this weekend. I like the layout at the side this week. Obviously, with Fitzy coming back, nothing against Dylan Lucas, but it's far and away our best back row option is when Friz is on one side and Fitz is on the other. So it's a good one. Obviously, no Gags this weekend, but Anari Tawala is about as solid a replacement as you could hope for. So I'd still be going there hoping to get a result.
Surely, God. But, mate, yourself having a bit to do with the Cowboys up there. The young fella we got in reserve grade that come from the Cowboys.
Leisha Motadrecki. I had to check with the club on pronunciation there because I didn't want to butcher it. He made the mid-season switch.
Have you seen him play much?
Yeah, I have. Cowboys like him. He's a really nice kid. I think, and they weren't me saying, they thought they'd gotten to a point where they'd found his ceiling. Didn't think he had a lot more room for improvement in it. So I think it's a good move for everybody because Lacey goes to Newcastle, gets an opportunity in Cup, and if he does a great job there, obviously we've got Dom leaving next year as well. There is a spot open. What I can tell you is he's humongous. He's not as tall as Dom, but he's not too far off. He's big and solid. I know he wants to work on his hands a little bit and not fading in and out of games, but in terms of a physical specimen, there aren't many bigger and better.
Yeah, he's a pretty big boy, isn't he? It's going to be sad to see Dom go, unfortunately, but it's looking good that we've got a handy replacement with a bit more work, like you said, and a bit of game time. But Greg Marjorie, God, he's a lovable character, isn't he? Like we're sitting in the corner, and they come out the train, and he's seen a few of us nights, and he come over and the smile on his face and just the waving to say g'day. I thought, that was just good on him, and yeah, just an awesome guy.
Oh, he's incredible, likeable, and obviously that little mishap with the bus was a shame. But outside of that, I don't think he's put a foot wrong this year for Newcastle. And forgive me, I should know this. I think Greg's eligibility is for New Zealand. If that's the case, and I get there's some great names that are lining up for New Zealand internationally at the moment, he wouldn't be too far off the pace, and just the way he went about his business again on the weekend, he doesn't get tired. I saw a couple of sets where he took the first and third hit up of the set, particularly when our forwards were knackered. I love him as a player. I think smart money be on him and Tawala being our starting wingers next year. I don't think Anari's ever let us down when he's played on the wing. Obviously, you got Hunt in that setup if he sticks around too. But, it's certainly having a lot of success with Greg at the moment. So it's been really enjoyable watching him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and Ali doesn't really put a foot wrong, does he? And he's not a big boy either.
No, he's not.
So,
he's a lovely fella. Anari, to know him fairly well. He's a Cairns boy. He's quiet, hard-working. You're right, doesn't put a foot wrong. Not a big body, but I think that's why I like him on the wing. I prefer him. He played a lot in the centres for us, as I'm sure you guys know. I prefer him on the wing because his carries out of trouble is still really good. His hands are safe as he doesn't make errors there. He's a good finisher. I think he's a really solid, safe player. I hope we keep him. I'm hearing he's going to stick around another season or two, so that'll be good news.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it'd be good to keep him, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, mate, we won't keep you. We know you're holidaying up there, so...
I was going to say, you're not keeping me. I'm literally doing nothing as we speak, so... but I appreciate that.
We should have sent the nighttime chopper over to get you and brought you down for the night.
Well, I reckon about half an hour ago, I wasn't in a fit state to do the podcast. That sleep did me a whole world of goodness. So.
Time to go again.
Yeah, that's it. Mate, once again, we appreciate you coming on and giving us your expert opinion on things. It's been greatly feedback from a lot of the fans out there that they actually really enjoy your feedback. So keep it up, brother.
I appreciate that, and if I can too, because I know we're chatting Newey a little bit again tomorrow. with the Footy Talk podcast through Triple M. Gordy and I do another episode tomorrow where we'll dive into Newey's future a little bit there too. So obviously this is the main attraction for you guys. But once you rip and tear through this one, if you want to check that out, I think that'll come out tomorrow about 1 p.m.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Send us a link and we'll post it up, definitely.
Easy as.
So, all right, buddy. Well, hopefully the Knights will play well this weekend. I think they will after last week and back in the winners' circle, eh?
That's the only way to do it, mate. 2 points and then march forward again.
Too easy, champion. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Oh, mate.
All right, guys. We'll take another short break from have a few words from our sponsor.
Major show sponsor, the Burden Automotive Group in Maitland and Port Stephens, comprising of Maitland Toyota, Port Stephens Toyota, Hunter GWM, Cardiff GWM, Port Stephens GWM, and also Hunter 4x4 accessories in Maitland and yes, in Cardiff. The Burden Automotive Group have been proudly supporting the community for 60 years. They've been supporting this show. Please go support the sponsors that support us.
All right, guys, and welcome back. Yeah, it was good. It's always got its good points, Elliot.
It certainly does.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. You want to do a bit of Origin talk?
Not really.
No. Let's do a bit of Origin talk. So, who do you think? Any surprise packages going to happen for this week's naming of the team? You're Fred Fittler.
Ponga for Queensland. No, I don't think they'll pick him.
More.
Not after last week's effort.
We'll touch on that a bit later, but they might have a choice. Dylan Edwards. I mean, no. If he plays good on the weekend, they can't not pick him.
He's knocking on the door, Kyle. He just
I don't care. He can knock on another door and let Tedesco do it.
No,
I don't want injuries to my team. We're headed for a three-peat.
But you've got to look at it from his point of view. That's one of the pinnacles of rugby league, and he's striving to get that, but he keeps getting knocked back. But
not this year. Maybe next year.
Look at him.
Latrell and Tommy are gone now, so you need a...
And it's a dead rubber. I mean, Fittler's got no idea.
Exactly, dead rubber.
Right.
So it's a pointless game.
Throw him in.
No.
Throw some people that are on the fringe in there.
Spencer too?
Oh, yeah.
Pick some Parramatta players.
We want to win.
What, like Ryan Madison?
I don't care. Just pick them.
He'd be too
Pick on
busy
someone
looking in the
else.
mirror.
He would be.
Stop. I hope they
Ryan
don't pick
alone.
No, we've got. There's two players that would definitely be walk-up starter for me if I'm picking the team next week. Spencer on the bench and Dylan Edwards at 1. I don't care if they go, but Teddy's the captain and stop throwing Teddy under the bus.
Tuck your bias away.
No, maybe Teddy needs a break. Maybe it's getting to him. Well, I'm being serious with him too. Maybe he's having a bit of burnout. Maybe, he needs a week off and off. Give Edwards a go. Because then next year you've got Teddy and Edwards that both know what Origin is. So you've got that under you. Or at least put him at 14.
What do you think of Moses' performance, guys, being a Parramatta supporter?
Thought he went all right. A lot of pressure on everything else. What I was going to say on Tedesco, I like the guy. He's a good player. Gets it and hogs it.
Mm-hmm.
You got one of the fastest blokes in rugby league standing out there going cold.
But what I don't get is when he dummies to himself. Did you notice that? There's no one around him and he dummies to himself like... Stevie Wonder could see that you're not going to pass it. I just don't get it.
I don't think he can pass either.
No, so
Yeah, well, when he did, he passed it into the grandstand.
He went to ground with it too many times. Pass the ball.
Yeah.
It's
like, yeah. Do you want to win the game or not?
No,
So
not this time. Doesn't matter.
they're two that I would put in, and I'd also look at our forwards. I think our forwards need to change. Obviously Spencer on the bench. Do you bring RCG back in?
Yes, because he's not a Penrith player.
But also,
sit there and be quiet.
but do you also bring someone like Saifidi back?
Yes.
I just think that
Yes.
I just think that the forwards didn't aim up, so to speak, last game.
Were they outplayed so they couldn't actually
True.
perform.
But I also would like to see a little bit of argy-bargy. They only got 10 in the bin for a headbutt. So if you hit someone now with a fist and you get more than 10 in the bin and a fine, it's going to open a big can of worms. So I say, let's bring on some mongrel. Let's belt the shit out of them Maroons. And they're on about they're going to lose so much money for people not turning up. Pick a side that's going to bring some, you think of Origin, what do you think of?
Good hard game.
Very,
Physical.
Tight, physical, tight.
That's right. So let's bring the players back in that are going to make it a spectacle and get rid of their ballet shoes and make it a spectacle again and put bums on seats.
I'm going to think of a name that you are going to love if I say this. Clemmer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's past it, but let's just give him a crack.
Well, his stats say he's not.
That's right.
It's supposed to be picked on form, so why isn't he the first player picked in the forwards? Because it's not. It's not picked on form. It's picked on Freddie Fittler, and it's just showed Freddie Fittler's got no idea.
Well,
to be honest.
Maybe Freddie Fittler doesn't like Clemmer either. I don't know. But
He doesn't.
But Clemmer has the mongrel.
That's right. You want mongrel. Imagine, okay, even on the bench, you got Spencer and you got Clem to come off the bench. What a set of mongrels. Like, if you're Queensland, you're going to be a bit worried about that, aren't you? To be honest. Would you like, Clemmer just has, a switch that flicks, and especially with Origin. And I think Spencer, that whole JWH thing the other week, imagine that in Origin.
I just think, Clemmer's my choice.
Clemmer and Spencer. Clemmer, Spencer, Elliot. Edwards.
Kylie? No, no, and no? Or no, and yes?
Anyone but Penrith. Like, don't pick Luai. You can pick Martin. He seems to bounce back okay.
Well, there's another one. Martin. The mongrel factor in him is just great.
Yeah.
And him and Hudson Young, I think they're going to turn into a formidable... Sorry to cut you off, but they're going to be like the Bash Brothers come in a few years. I think they're going to form a little duo where they... So, like, you got them, then you have the two that I said, oh, come on.
Well, I don't think Addo is going to be picked again.
No, I don't. Or...
I like the bloke.
Did he ever get the ball?
No.
I've seen him...
Yeah, no.
I didn't get to see all of the games.
Him or To'o didn't seem to get the ball.
To'o seemed all right.
No, To'o was
He's
okay.
been all right. He went looking for the ball and that, but when they kicked
that
it down in
side?
their corner,
It was that side.
they'd give it to Adokar, like first receiver type of thing, just to take it up so everyone was back on side.
But that was Cook. Cook was playing in the centre there too. Was
Yeah.
that his side?
But
You got to excuse that a little bit.
Out of position.
like the Adokar is good when he's got 10 metres to open up and start running. They're giving it to him just to take it up so everyone can get on side, and you've got a wall of red coming at you, and the guy's only as thick as a match, and he's getting hammered, and people saying, "Oh, he didn't play real well."
Yeah.
We'll touch on
You nailed it.
if he is or isn't playing in a minute. But if Reece Walsh plays, I pick Adokar and I pick Luai. There's a little bit of might be some fireworks with them pair.
I like Keon Kalamatangi too. He's aggressive.
You just like saying all these names that we can't pronounce.
Yeah, like
How do you
Smith.
say Tino's last name?
Fasui Malawali.
I can't say it.
Fasui Malawali. There we go. It's pretty close.
How do you say Smith?
Can't pronounce that.
That's a hard one.
Dino.
Anyway, but they've got to do something because they're going to lose so much money. And if you want to put bums on seats, you've got to change it. Like, yes, they'll still get people there, but if you're going to pick the same team as the last two games, people are going to go, we're going to get our ass handed to us again. Because that's what happened. You change it up, people are going to go, look at it and go, oh, okay, this could be interesting. If not, you're going to lose.
Got nothing to lose.
That's right. Like I wouldn't say it's a dead rubber because to the players it's not a dead rubber, and especially the Blues, they wouldn't be thinking that.
They won't want to get beaten 3-0.
Nah, that's right. But
And if they bring anyone new in, like we're talking earlier, and they perform, like even in a losing side, if they perform, they'll be in the top 5 of getting picked next year.
Gives you more options, doesn't
Yeah.
it? And they've had a taste.
Just do it like the women's game. Call off the third game. Well, they didn't even have a third game, but let's
Which
just
is
do 2
wrong.
games.
I'll just
Yeah.
cut you off.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is wrong. They should
I
have
agree.
3 games.
And it should be
Absolutely.
80 minutes. This is another thing. Oh, mate.
Sorry to cut you
I'm
off,
going to have a whole segment of what's
He's
up
very
my
passionate.
game. But, it's like the clubs. They should have reserve grade, NRLW, and first grade. Now, with the Origin too, you pay an arm and a leg to go. Now they have the younger game on. They should have the NRLW, and then they should have the men's. All 3 games throughout the year.
And then at half time, they can have the golden oldies.
Yeah, well, even that too. But my point is, you pay the money. Why not have something decent, make a full day of it, and have it on a Saturday night, and have a standalone weekend, and it gives players from other clubs a rest, to stop player burnout.
Very cool.
And then you can also include, if they wanted to, let's say the Friday night, why not have a New Zealand versus Fiji or something? Bring back these, because I'll tell you what, the next Fiji game that's in Australia, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I love the passion that the New Zealand and
Did I
Fiji,
say you could?
You'll be there too. The passion that the New Zealand and the Fijians have, love it. Absolutely love it. And I want to go witness that firsthand. And
Oh, just to witness the Fiji did Indian huddle and do that
him.
hymn.
That's the passion they have is, they're crying. And then you look at some of us with the Australian national anthem there. Like,
They don't even lock arms.
no.
Yeah, what was going on there? Like, it was Payne Haas. No, it wasn't
Luai.
Payne Haas. Sorry, Payne Haas. Luai and... No, Payne Haas. It was
Yeah.
Luai and Payne Haas.
But maybe, they might be focusing in a different way, but I still think
Doesn't
they
matter,
could
it's not that
spend a
hard.
couple of minutes out of
It's not that hard. You're standing out. People are calling you a grub and all this. Payne Haas, not so much. But just blend in with the rest of them, for God's sakes.
That's right, and and rightly so. We all got to stand and do the right thing and listen to the Welcome to the Country, and rightly so. But there's two, we should be doing it for both and trying to acknowledge both parts and bring it all together as one.
That's right.
That's my opinion. Like, rather than trying to push that to one side and push this to one side, let's get both of them, bring them together, and unite as one. That's my opinion. Respect both. Anyway, back to Origin.
Well, there's not much to say, really,
No.
unless you're
Queensland
Queenslander.
would do.
Queensland's going to have a few changes.
Just too good, Queensland.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A few changes through injury, but
Did anyone notice that New South Wales was just like we were saying earlier as well in other games? Take it up, then pass it out the back line.
that's what I mean. So
Predictable.
was our forwards a bit of a letdown?
Yeah. But it's just take it up. You got a wall of red again.
You got quality players.
Let the ball do the work.
You
Yeah.
got Luai, Moses. You got Crichton, all ball playing, capabilities, and Tedesco. Why weren't we using them?
At least Paulo didn't get picked on. He played all right.
Some people didn't like him.
Who?
No, I wouldn't say him. I just didn't think they stood out.
Yeah.
But I didn't
Paulo
say he
does-
was bad.
Paulo does what Paulo does. Gets the ball and just battering ram. But if the parts that I see, and every time he gets there, like for when he's playing for Parramatta, he turns around and he'll get a little offload. He used to do it to Reed all the time. This time, they must have read him and round the ball, and they couldn't get that pass away. As soon as you get the second phase, the ball usually goes out the back line to all your hit players, and they just contained him.
I like Payne Haas, and I like the mongrel that he brings, but even the last game too, I thought he was a little bit quiet.
Yeah. They're taken off flat-footed.
Yeah.
They should be
You got to run onto the ball.
Yeah.
10 metres, mate. Would you get in front of Paulo or Hayne? Hustle, sorry.
I'd jump on his back.
Payne.
I'll jump on his back. Paulo's. Jump on his back.
Yeah, free ride to the other end.
I don't want to know what
No.
you're doing,
But
anyway.
anyway, what? Harrigan. Remember Harrigan used to run Moses Leota. Runs a mile onto the ball.
Onto the ball. Exactly.
He's a battering ram. Anyway, moving on. That's
Just-
Origin.
Can I just say one
No, you
more
can't.
thing? No?
Yes.
Yep. Oh, okay. On saying that, they say they kick the ball. Someone gets the ball, whoever gets it, Toto or anyone. They run up and 5 or 10 metres before the opposition, they stop and do a skip. Why? Get the ball, run. Just run flat out, and if you get tackled, you get tackled. If you don't, you're going to run over the first 2 or 3 people. When you stop the momentum of your run, you know,
They've got you.
to do a jink, they're there. Boom.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
I can't work that out.
Especially when you're a prop. You're there for one reason.
Yeah, battering ram.
Anyway, moving on. Bit of a night review. We've done a little bit, but we'll do a little bit more. And yeah. Well, actually, let's get into night of the round.
Will you make up your mind?
Oh, we'll do a bit of both. So, you know, what caught my eye, you know. We'll start off with night of the round. I went 3 to Greg Marju, who never lets you down. Only thing he's ever missed in the last couple of weeks was a bus.
Yep.
Never misses a tackle or anything else.
He's dangerous with the ball.
He is, and you know, I honestly think people could say about, you know, all these people who buys of the year for clubs and that, and I'm still saying for what he's done to our club, he's one of the buys of the year. 2 I gave to Leo Thompson. I thought he was off a little bit, but when he come on, had blood pelting out of him and everything, but he just keeps trying and trying and trying. So
Was it him or Gagai that had that nasty cut?
Gagai.
gay guy, both. Well, gay guy around the ear.
Yeah.
His was one from the week before.
Yeah, and
But-
Leo Tom, maybe that's why he's out as well. The nasty cut.
Yeah.
But Leo Thompson had another one around the eye, but he just keeps going.
Yeah.
And Hastings was another bandaged bear too.
Yeah.
We had a few actually, didn't we?
Yeah.
And his leg, he had a bad leg gone,
Yes,
the magic water, and he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one I went to, you know, Adam Elliott. I thought he tried and tried and tried, but no matter what, but it just didn't happen. But yeah, I thought Adam played well. I will, you know, he deserved a point.
And at the end of the game, he come over and said,
Yeah,
"Thank
well,
you for coming."
stop it. That's a later segment. You're reading my bloody nose.
I wasn't actually. I was floating his boat, but anyway, I will
Anyway,
stop there.
Yours?
Oh, okay. My 3 go to Marzu, as usual. He puts in 110%. He stood out in a losing side, and he was, as I said, he's dangerous with the ball. Like every time he got the ball, I'm thinking, oh, here we go.
He's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting, Leo.
2 points go to Ponga because he was a big part in Penrith winning. So thank you, Ponga. He had a bit of a shocker, but it worked in our favour. And don't hate me for this, but I think Phoenix Crosland, he gets my 1 point because he seems to be improving and
Yeah, and he gets a lot of hate too.
yeah,
Which,
like I feel like he's underrated.
yeah, no, good on Phoenix. He goes all right. But I will say a special mention this week too because he tried and I felt sorry for the bloke because he looked absolutely gassed. You know, head up Tyson Gamble. Like, he'll be back. No, he'll be back. You know, like people are just, you know,
Reminds me of Once Were Warriors. You'll be back.
yeah, you'll be back. Head up, Tyson. You'll be back, champion.
So, very difficult decision to try and find a pick of 3 points or 2 or 1 this week. But going through the stats, Greg Marju was definitely the standout for me. 3. Frizzell backing up from Origin, gave me 2, and I'm actually going to give 1 to a bit of an impact off the bench. Actually, Matt Croker. Actually, he made about 100 metres off about 8 runs. So I'm going to give him a bit of a mention this week for a point.
Yeah, no, he goes well. But Gaz?
I went Marju for 3, Tyson Frizzell for 2, and Leo for 1.
All right, Greg Marju.
Yes.
Greg Marju is in the draw for, like we said, our winner at the end of the year will take home a Say Zinc tattoo voucher. There's not many players these days that don't have a bit of ink, so yeah, I'm sure they'll use it.
Might
Well-
have to sell them a bit of skin to put the tattoo on.
You want to sell some skin?
Yeah, someone might have a bit of spare skin.
I'm the only crew member here that doesn't have any ink
We
At the
fix that.
moment.
at the moment.
At the
yes.
moment.
Get with the times, Corey.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put it out to you.
Mm.
We're going go-karting, obviously, in a few weeks' time.
Oh, no,
No. I
I'm not if you get lapped. I'm not
beat you. I lap you more than twice in a race. It only has to be about that big, but I get to pick a tattoo that you got to get blindfolded, and you can have it anywhere.
Don't worry about it. I'm just going to get one anyway. So it's sold.
No, come on, let's do it.
No bets, but I'm
You
just
can
gonna,
put it on your butt. I don't care.
no bets, but I'm going to get one anyway.
Yeah, but can we do this one too?
No, but we'll do it for something else if you like, but no tat.
No.
Weasel.
But I would like one though.
You won't even have to pay for this one.
I will get one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a good idea for one for you.
Listen to that evil laugh.
You can hide it and you can get it tattooed over if you don't like it. Put it that way.
No.
It'll be little.
No. Story
Anyway.
of my life.
Oh, stop it. Where were we?
What caught my eye?
Yes. What caught my eye, as I said, was Gamble looked defeated after the loss. And Adam Elliott come over to us after the game.
Sorry.
And he, fist pump. He said, thanks heaps for coming all the way down. And he looked disappointed and upset too.
Don't you want to mention that you actually spoke to Scott Sorensen as well?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. And I was nearly going to say, wanker. You should have been in red and blue, but I didn't have the heart. But
Where did he sign for you?
on his chin.
Yeah.
On one of those heads. But
Yeah.
nice guy. And I was just sitting there when he was coming over. I thought, you should have a nice jersey on.
Nah.
But no, good bloke. So, yeah.
Corey's done.
Well, what caught my eye was, I've actually got two. Footy related one.
2 eyes or?
Yeah, footy related was the Cowboys. They're ever improving.
Mhm.
And my other one was just the day that we travelled down to Penrith. I thought it was just a great day, and that just caught my eye.
It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good trip.
Yeah.
And,
I had a great day.
yeah, lots of laughs.
Yeah.
And it started pretty much from when we got on the bus, really.
Mostly.
I won't say too much. Those are on the bus now, but Portia started with her artistic ability. And
I don't know what your dad thought of our child being so bogan.
Dad was probably just sort of just concentrating on the day.
He probably went to church the next day, I'm telling you. Thought
she
he
was
on the bus.
thriving, mate, wasn't she?
He was.
Oh, that's the
And then
girl.
we fed her up on donuts and gave her more sugar.
Talking about all
Right.
those donuts, how they all gone?
Just about.
No, I didn't eat them.
Oh, didn't you? No. I thought
Portia's
you might have
been-
taken some for lunch for the last couple of days.
No, I'm on the.
Cruz and Portia hooked into him on Sunday.
I had a couple, but
It's showing.
yeah, thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, rude.
But yeah, no, it was a great day, and a big shout out to Port Stephens coaches once again, and everyone that come on. It was a great trip.
That double decker was amazing.
The bus driver was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
But
Had so much fun all the way home.
well, some of us did
Yeah,
anyway.
Watching your boring movie.
Oh no!
Oh?
We had 2 classics. We had a
Yeah.
new one on the way
Yeah.
down, Top Gun Maverick,
Yeah,
and then I bought out a classic.
You bought out.
yeah.
Yeah, or for the bus with the TVs on it.
Debbie does the dishes.
No,
Pretty close.
no.
Pretty close.
Oh,
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Have you seen it?
Lucky you.
Do yourself a favour, as Molly used to say. Check it out. But
Well, I'm going to ask.
Remember,
Kate,
James- do you remember the
Kylie,
actor-
Was it worth watching?
Nah.
Do you remember the
Okay.
actor James Vanderbeek?
Who?
James
Dawson's
Vanderbeek. Dawson's Creek.
What's Dawson's Creek?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no,
Paul
no.
Walker. One of
Yeah.
Paul Walker's first movies.
Yeah.
It's good. Anyway, moving on. What caught your eye?
I have 2 things now. Just jog my memory. I was keen for a sausage on a stick, aka a Pluto pup. On the way out of the game,
Hey, Pluto.
I looked over and they were $15 each. And I'm like, I'm not that desperate
I
for
said,
one
you
of
come
those.
home, I'll give you one for free.
Last year, they were nowhere near that price.
Nah, they were, and I'd only just recently said to the lady, I was me and Portia, we were over there.
Portia and I.
Portia and I, she was getting a photo with claws and that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, and the lady looked at us funny again because we had the camera and we were doing a little bit of things. And I told her what we're doing. I said, actually, your food here looks really nice. And I said, we're going to have some. But I said, it looks reasonable. But on the other side, there was those, they were big. They were big, probably about that big and
But $15.
about that round. But $15?
What was it?
Corn dog,
Pluto
Corn
pup.
Pluto pup.
Like, it was a bigger one than usual, but
Over Raymond Terrace, I got them all out. Only a couple of bucks. $3 or $4. Every time
Okay.
I go over, they get them.
When are you going there next?
Thursday.
All right. How about next week we have a Pluto pup on the show?
What about a corn dog challenge?
you can't eat one of those without making eye contact to someone.
Like a banana.
Yeah. Anyway, my second one was the
Oh,
Titans.
that's
and
right. Back to the footy.
Titans and Broncos game. Besides Walsh crying over every call that did not go his way or the Broncos' way, that was pretty pathetic. Anyway, there was a scrum being packed. AJ Brimson was standing at the back of the scrum, and the ref kept telling him to get in the scrum, and he just took forever to get in the scrum. Like,
Penalise
just
him.
deliberately took his time, and I'm thinking, why not just blow a penalty?
Yeah, blow the whistle.
Blow a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah.
10 metres and blow a penalty.
Like the ref said it a few times, get in the scrum, pack the scrum, and he just ignored him.
But to me, that's gamesmanship. Slowing the game down. I get we do it, but to a certain extent, and you go, all right, that's it. See you later. They won't do it again.
This
Yep.
was really noticeable.
But, yeah. I'm keen for them Pluto pups now.
When I went over there and got it, I said to him, "You know how you usually just dip the end in the tomato sauce? Not me. I got to have it all over it." I said to him, "I says, tomato sauce all over it? Not a problem." Got it back, and I'm just lapping it up.
Oh.
I'm starting to salivate. I'll tell you what, I might even have 2 on Thursday, 1 for you.
Thanks.
Take a photo and send him a photo.
Yeah, that's your homework. We need to see a photo of it.
I've got a photo on my phone. You know the Kurtz, shouldn't say that, but the 125 litres bottle, I've got it next to it so I could show Brendan when
Yeah, that's how big these ones are. right?
Kirk's are good.
Yeah, shout out to Kirk.
Beautiful.
But that's how big these ones were.
Yep.
They were
They
large.
were
and,
$15, but
and you had your tornado potatoes and that. But, I mean, the food was great. Like, to be
At the
honest.
club.
Yeah, not just at the club. Some of the ones on the other side that
Oh,
the
yeah.
van with the
Ribs and
ribs and pulled pork burgers and all that kind of stuff. Reasonably priced, were they, Chris?
Yes, they were. And
That-
they got their pork ribs were to die for. You get a pork rib about so much, and on so much chips.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I mean. Like, there's more variety there than what we've got. So, anyway, that's what caught our eyes this week. Or, Gaz, did you have one? Other than the Pluto pop?
I don't know.
good guess.
Anyway, like I was saying.
The 42 scoreline at half time, and then they only scored 6 points in the second half and let the Dolphins in 3 quick tries, which, you know, it was good we won, but not good that they let them in. The other part 2, do I get 2?
Yep, why not?
The other, Walker in the Brisbane game, when they started losing, started getting dirty.
Yes.
He cleaned it up after. I think he knew it was a lost cause. But,
All right. Well, it's that everyone's all caught my eye this
Yep.
week. And,
Yep.
That was a lengthy caught my eye.
yes, well, you've all had 2 eyes this week.
Went off on tangents.
Anyway, it's good because it shows you're passionate
Kudos.
about things.
Yeah.
But, we might take another few short messages from our sponsor. right, guys, down here at Pantherville. Not the result we wanted, or for some of us, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, the Krispy Kremes are good. I'll tell you that much. But let's go see what some of the fans. All right, guys, Panther supporters. Yeah, obviously good result for you guys.
Yeah. It was crazy. We were going crazy. We were like the loudest bit at the start, and when we got the first try, it was just erupted. Go Dylan! Go Dylan!
Dylan Edwards is a relation of yours.
Yeah, he's my nephew, his cousin,
My cousin.
and it was awesome that he scored the first try and had another blinder and
Yeah, stoked.
let the Panthers roar.
Dylan Edwards for number 1 state of origin.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
Hope so.
we'll back him. Thanks again.
All over it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, obviously down here today with the rest of the crew, and we've got this Wombat with us. How'd you like the game?
Well, I thought it was a pretty good game, to be honest. The Panthers played pretty well. Both teams defensively were very well, but yeah, I think the best team won on the day.
Pretty good. What game are you watching?
Oh, maybe it was something. Might have been watching the game last night. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty disappointing for all of us Knights fans travelling all this way, but Penrith obviously found it rather good, but yeah, bring on next week.
Well, yeah, let's bring on next week, eh?
Sounds good. Another happy Panthers fan, I see.
Oh yes, go the Mighty Panthers.
Can you sing the Panther song?
Not yet.
Do you want to sing a song?
No, thank you.
Thanks very much. Been on the nighttime road trip, the Smitterverse Kylie. Unfortunate ending for myself, but how was the trip?
Yeah, good.
Good bus trip?
Yeah, definitely.
Will you be back?
Of course.
So, would you recommend it to anyone else?
Yes.
And Bulldogs, how do you reckon we'll go?
Yeah, good.
Man of many words. On
Can't even. Go Bradman!
How did you find tonight's game?
Found it awesome and great.
A bit disappointing, but yeah.
Was Ponga Penrith's man of the match?
No.
I think we did pretty well, thanks to
we did
Ponga.
pretty well, but yeah.
What do you think of the club?
Yeah, good.
We're in God's country now. Who's your favourite player for the Knights?
Bradman best.
Who's your favourite player for Penrith?
Nathan Cleary.
Well, hopefully he'll be back before too long.
Hopefully. Miss
All right, take care.
So, unfortunately, another loss for the Mighty Knights, but yeah, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, it was a right game, but you know, winning at the top.
Unfortunately, but you win some, you lose some, eh?
Exactly, yeah.
But enjoy the trip.
It was a good trip. I went to the Tara game before. It was awesome. Came again.
Yeah, so maybe you're back on the nighttime road trips?
Yeah, next one I'll be there.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Well, we got you here. Who's your favourite Knights player and why? Who's Tyson Gamble?
I reckon with Dom Young.
Dom Young,
but
yeah.
It's a shame that we lose him next year.
Yeah, it will be too, but yeah, exciting, you know, with Marju on that on the other side.
Yeah, exciting.
Anyway, mate, enjoy the rest of the trip, and yeah, hopefully we'll go better next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week.
All right, we're here with the Junior Crazy Lady and Charlize. How'd you find today's game?
Pretty good. Good.
Who's your favourite Knights player?
Matt Croker. Tyson Gamble.
Oh, it's gamble time. So, how'd you enjoy the trip? Like the Krispy Kreme donuts?
Pretty good. I almost ate them all.
Yes, you did. Thanks, girls. Enjoy the game next week.
doesn't love a nice cold beer? And the best cold beer is not some other mob down the road. The best cold beer in Newcastle is found at Thirsty Messiah. The Thirsty Messiah Brewery is found at 140 Lambton Road in Broadmeadow. Get on down there for some great beer at a great price. Support the local. Thirsty Messiah Brewery in Broadmeadow.
All right, guys, welcome back. And before we get into it, just touch on a couple of things first. Gaz, what are you doing over there, buddy?
Standing by this beautiful fridge, and it's cold on the outside as well. Just check it out. Sorry, Kylie, you get my bum. Just have a feel of that, how cold it is.
Nice.
Guess what I'm having later? I'm over here, Shane.
I know.
Why aren't you here? I'm still in focus. Okay. Get it? Let's pick the scores first.
Yeah, pick the scores. Actually, no one picked it on the weekend, but we do have a bus trip winner that we will draw later. Someone on the bus is getting on the for that, but we'll pick the score this week for a game.
Whose pick is it to pick the game?
Yours, guys.
Well, I'll have a bit of a squeeze first and come back to you.
Yeah, too easy. Also, Corey, the pizza fundraiser for the Bus Crush tragedy.
So we raised for $2,570.
Awesome. So all those people that bought pizzas last week, and a big shout out to Curry Domino's, that was one of the masterminds behind the thing as well. So yeah, big shout out to everyone there. Every cent helps. Plus also we got the jerseys getting donated to them, and also a couple other little things coming along, and also for the young fella from the Aberglass and Ants, there's a jersey going to them too. So yeah, good on everyone to getting behind all these tragedies, but helping people out. So yeah, nearly $3,000 is pretty good. That was $1 from every pizza, so there's quite a few pizzas sold that night.
That's a great effort, everybody. So
anyway, on a little bit lighter side of things, a little bit of humour this week.
Do you want some more humour?
Oh, little Johnny.
Have you been practicing your laugh?
I don't need to practice, doll.
All right. A teacher was testing the children in her Sunday school class to see if they understood the concept of getting to heaven. She asked them, if I sold my house and my car, had a big garage sale and gave all my money to the church, would that get me into heaven? No, the children answered. If I cleaned the church every day, mowed the yard and kept everything neat and tidy, would that get me into heaven? Again, the answer was no. Now she was smiling. Hey, they're getting it, she thought. Well then, if I was kind to animals and gave candy to all the children and loved my husband, would that get me into heaven? She asked. Again, they all answered no. She was bursting with pride for them. Well, she continued, then how can I get into heaven? A 5-year-old little Johnny shouted out, you got to be dead, miss.
Well, true. That is true. I'll give that. That was good.
Good one.
Johnny and his blonde wife decided to play golf, but neither is very good, so they signed up for lessons. Johnny goes to his lesson first. The instructor says, show me your swing so I can evaluate you. Johnny swings and the instructor says, that was good, but you're holding the club too tight. Try holding it gently like you would hold your wife's breasts. Johnny does so and he hits the ball 250 yards. Later, the wife goes for her lesson. Again, the instructor tells her to show him her swing so that he can evaluate her. She does, and he says, you're also holding the club too tight. Hold it like you would hold your husband's privates. She does so and takes her swing. Then the golf instructor says, try it again, but this time take the club out of your mouth.
Tiger got wood.
Oh, stop it. I like it.
Next.
Last one. Johnny's wife, Judy, had been after him for several weeks to varnish the wooden seat on their toilet. Finally, he got around to doing it while Judy was out. After finishing, he left to take care of another matter before she returned. She came home and undressed to take a shower. Before getting in the shower, she sat on the toilet. As she tried to stand up, she realised that the not quite dry epoxy paint had glued her to the toilet seat. About that time, Johnny got home and realised her predicament. They both pushed and pulled without any success whatsoever. Finally, in desperation, Johnny undid the toilet seat bolts. Judy wrapped a sheet around herself and he drove her to the hospital emergency room. The ER doctor got her into a position where he could study how to free her. Try to get a mental picture of this. Judy tried to lighten the embarrassment of it all by saying, "Well, doctor, I'll bet you've never seen anything like this before." The doctor replied, "Actually, I've seen lots of them. I just have never seen one mounted and framed."
Very good.
Is that it, or you got another?
No, that's it.
That's it. I like the golf. I want to play golf on the weekend.
Sure.
Sweet.
They were awfully long setups,
No,
but
they
funny.
were good. I like him. Penrith this week.
Melbourne,
Good game.
2 heavyweights.
Pretty good game, actually.
After the train and run last Saturday.
Yeah, good night. So we've got a busy Saturday morning.
Yeah, dress shopping.
Dress shopping. Yes, I think...
I'll just wear one of my wife's.
what? Wear one of your normal ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. Gotcha.
You could wear one of mine.
Oh, yeah, like you're trying to fit a Coke can into a pen. You know what I mean? Like the size difference.
Yeah, but it'd be a nice...
It'd be ugly to look at. That's what it'd be.
All my giblets would be hanging out.
And?
Look who I'm sitting next to. There'll be drool all over the table.
From Corey.
Yeah.
As he was looking at me.
Oh, anyway. All right. Thanks again for your humor, and yeah, you won. So it's a date dress shopping on Saturday.
I never rubbed it in, though.
Nah, she didn't. She's a good like that. But yeah, enjoy that, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
All right, guys. We'll take another few short messages.
Palmy or Palmer, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's Palmy, by the way. The best schnitzels in town are just around the corner at Harry's, where they cook chicken the way nature intended, flattened, crumbed and golden. Nothing beats a good schnitzel. There are burgers, there's chips, there's all sorts of wonderful food there to be had. Grab yourself a Harry's loyalty card, get on down and enjoy some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's really good schnit. Get on to Harry's at the Junction, Jesmond, Marketttown, Thornton, Erina and Toronto. It is Sasquatch approved. It is Nighttime Podcast approved. Harry's Schnitzel's the best in town.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's that time of night again. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1, who we got?
Scott.
Hey, Scotty, how are you, champion?
Oh, yeah, mate. I've been better, but I'm okay.
Oh, that's good, mate. What question you got for us this week, buddy?
Mate, I was thinking about night coaching. Now, everyone's talking about McGregor and Maguire. What about this little guy called Jeff Toozy? Is he available?
Oh, yeah. I've got one for you too out of left field. What's his name? Carmichael Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to play for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Apparently, he is absolutely blitzing it in the Queensland Cup.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and there's
Never heard of that.
yeah, Heimel. Is it Heimel Hunt or
Carmichael?
Carmichael? One of them. Yeah, apparently he's blitzing it, and yeah, that's a left field smoky for you. But I don't know about Tuvey. I know a lot of people say that, but I mean, I know they haven't been coaching this year. But I've got big raps on the Walker brothers. Their style of play. I guess. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay too. I don't think they've had a go at first grade, have they?
No, and they've said to a club that signs them, sign us for 12 months, and if we don't perform, we'll sack ourselves. I mean, that's a pretty good. And then you got another one if you want to throw a smoky out there that hasn't coached before that's probably got the potential. What about James Maloney?
I'm not sure he's got the vigour for it. I think you've got to be a little bit ruthless, and that's why I don't mind Tuvey.
Yeah, end of the day, no matter who it is, I don't care who coaches the Knights. The only thing I want is someone to be more, not disciplined, but, not be afraid to say it as it is. Not sugarcoat something that doesn't need sugarcoating. And, you know, like if we have a bad game, go, I've got some positives out of that. Say, we had a bad game and we need our butts kicked. It is what it is.
You can't be friends with the players.
To a certain extent, no, you can't. I mean, when it's time for him to, to be the coach, he's got to be the coach. And, I want a coach to come in that right from Ponga, right to, say, Thompson at 13 or Elliott at 13, everyone is the same.
Yeah.
I don't like this fact of, it's KP, he can get away with a little bit more than this person, or it's KP, or, it's Brodie Jones, so he doesn't get as much, I don't care who you are. If you're in the top 17, you're equal.
Here's one for you, and for you Knights guys, and I'll throw it here. What about the inside, like the club, like the assistant? His name, I can't remember his name, last name.
Peter Parr.
No, not Peter Parr, the assistant, Brian.
From
the English guy. Now, he has won 4 Super League titles as a player and 3 as a coach.
Brian McDermott. There you go.
Why aren't we looking at him?
Well, I'll give it to you this. Why not him with James Maloney as a understudy for the future, long term? Possible. I just like Maloney as a person, Zara, and he'd be good for the club. But I don't know, mate. To be honest, I don't know who we get. That's a very hard question. But, there's some good candidates. I don't think Paul McGregor is the right candidate for us, and I don't think Maguire, Maggies, I don't think they're the right for us.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to go somewhere, as long as, I don't care who it is, as long as there's 2 things. They change our attack style. Well, our attack is just clunky at the moment, and I think we need to change things up. We need to keep defences guessing. Like, do stuff that they're going to not expect. And
they get inside the opposition's 10 metre line, and they got no idea what to do.
You see, that's the thing. I'd like to see Gamble run at the line. Like it showed when we played. Who did we play up in Newcastle? He ran at the line, scored.
That was Manly or the Titans.
One of the two, and scored, bang, try over the line. Like, he's got the potential there. Let him play his own game. Let him do it.
Yeah, I think he's starting to love the club too, to be real honest.
Loves the club, mate. Absolutely loves the club. And it showed on the weekend. As I said, I don't think the cameras might have picked it up on TV, but for those that are at the ground, after the game, Tyson was absolutely defeated. He was like a little kid that just lost his toys, and he was upset, and he was, where you see players walking around hugging and talking and joking after the game. He was on all fours pretty much, or on his haunches, and he was gone. He was absolutely. It was like he just lost the grand final, and I love that in the club, in a player like that, and he loves the club.
Yes, I totally agree.
So I think
in a better place than Ponga back to fullback. That's his position.
100%.
You do not. Don't move him from there. He is full.
And leave this half set we got and just stick with it.
Yeah,
100%.
And you want players at the club that want to be there for that jersey. And Tyson does. Tyson wants to be there. And I really hope that we lock him up for long term.
Yes. How long's his contract for, do you know?
Not sure, but I will endeavour to find out.
Yeah. No, he's a good, hard player. And loves the... That's what you want. You want 12 players, 16 players like that.
Like I say with our little sign the daughter's got, everyone loves a gamble.
Yes, exactly right.
Mate, I tell you what, that's I love that question. So don't forget, mate, you're in the running to go in the draw for the tattoo voucher. So, mate, love the question, mate. So, hopefully that answered for you. And, hope you get better soon, buddy.
Not a problem, son. You look after yourself.
You too, brother. Take care.
Thanks, mate.
See you, Scotty.
It seems that everywhere you look these days, you're going to find somebody covered in tattoos. Tattoos are common, not like they used to be. So what do you do if you are wanting some ink that stands out from the rest of the pack? Head on down to Sayers Ink, check out some of their award-winning work. They are a great friend and sponsor of the show. Jump on their website and look at some of the work from John, from Scott, Army, Dean, Jess, Mandy. Their work is stellar, obviously long-lasting, and you'll be happy with the result. Sayers Ink, we can't promise it won't hurt, but we can promise great results. Jump on to sayers-ink.com.au.
All right, guys, it's time for caller number 2. Who we got?
Kelvin from Raymond Terrace.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Mate, probably a lot better for you than it was for most of us on the weekend. But, yeah, it was still a good trip.
Definitely. Good win to the Panthers.
Yeah, it was.
And a good bus trip down there by Port Stephens coaches.
Yeah, no, good bus, eh? First time I've been in that double-decker, but, God, it's a good bus.
Yeah, nice and comfy and was great.
Yeah, mate, that's it. It was. Look forward to the next one. But, mate, what can we do for you tonight? What's your question, buddy?
With the New South Wales team, do you think that Fred Fittler should pick some new young players on their performances at the current time instead of picking players on their name, like as Billy Slater has, like with the Queensland team? Like he's, like instead of picking them just on names.
100% it should be, and yes, your nephew Dylan Edwards should be starting fullback. So that's a start.
I second that.
But Kylie says no because she doesn't want to lose any more Penrith players. But yeah, Dylan should be a walk-up starter. Spencer Linu should be. David Clemmer, we feel, should too as well, to bring back some mongrel. Like we were saying before, it's I wouldn't say a nothing game, but it won't influence the score, of the series. So let's bring in some mongrel. Let's bring in some physicality and, sell the gaming. And they're worried about people not turning up. Well, that will.
Put bums on the seats, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and I'm also open to any other person that deserves the spot. Well, why not?
Yeah, it's just the older players like who have been there. Half of them were picked and they were half injured anyway.
Yeah, I mean that to me in itself. I know people go, "Oh, Fittler's not bad." This, Fittler has, I believe, done it to himself. Like, why would you pick Latrell Mitchell and say, "Okay, yeah, he's fine to play," but then it comes out a couple of days later and says he's out for 6 months?
Yeah, and same as like Jake Travojevic, like how he could hardly run there for a couple of weeks, like.
Yeah, and then he comes out and falls over a blade of grass and he's out. Like, Crichton should have been in straight away, like, for Latrell. And, even like, Gufferson maybe, or there's someone out there that deserved the spot. And he's done it to himself. So I'm sorry, Freddie, but I'd like to see a change of coaching as well. I'd like to be honest, I'd like to see Andrew Johns and Danny Badeiras take the role together, but it won't happen. So yeah, I think Bedsy should take it, or Greg Alexander.
Yeah, I think Andrew Johns will do a pretty good job. Just by himself.
100%, and I think now is the time he should stand up to give it back to his brother to end that feud. Well, what better way to end it by coaching New South Wales back to a series win?
Definitely.
So, mate, I hope that answers your question for you. And, mate, it was good to see you down there on the weekend. And, yeah, good to see Dill going great guns and should be picked this week for Origin, that's for sure. If he has an absolute blinder like he has been this weekend, you can't not pick him.
I hope so, but,
Oh, fingers crossed, mate. I'm, anyone that knows me knows I'm a Knights through and through, but I've got a big raps and a big fan of Dylan Edwards. So, yeah, hopefully he gets through. I'll be definitely, he's got my pick.
Thank you.
Too easy, champion, and we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep, thanks. Thanks to the crew.
See you,
Thanks,
pal.
mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Good night.
Okay. Bye.
When you think of great food at a great price, the best cold beer in town, awesome live music, even a place that you can host your next event, there is only one place you think of, and that is the Gallipoli Club. Get on down to the Gallipoli Club, the Gal 3 to 5 Beaumont Street, Hamilton, to check out what's going on this week. Enjoy some great food, a cold beer, awesome live entertainment. You can never go wrong at the Gal, thegal.com.au.
All right, guys, time for caller number 3. Who we got?
Michael from Melbourne.
Hey, champion, all the way down there from Melbourne. How's things?
Oh, very cold, but all right. So, all good.
Yeah, that's the go, mate. Mate, what's your question for us tonight, champion?
Well, I was thinking about, I've been looking at all the posts around, after the loss the Knights had on the weekend, and obviously everyone's going, oh, it's all the coach's fault. Obviously there's a few things going around about the different coaching stuff that they might be considering. So I was just thinking, would that really be a goer? Is that something that the Knights would consider? Moving on AOB, or
if the results don't go their way, they'll start considering it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking.
Unfortunately, at the moment, our record's a lot worse than even Justin Holbrook. So the writing's on the wall for him to go.
I agree. Yeah,
I'm not saying he has to go or he doesn't. I don't get into that. But
it's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's a lot of discussion around statistics and people, raising the statistics between win and loss from different coaches. And
the only problem is that he still has a year and a half to go on his contract.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's not. Something's got to change, and I'm not saying he has to go or doesn't, or who we got to bring in. But if we do bring someone in, like we just said a minute ago, it has to be someone that has a level headed for all players from 1 to 17. Like they've all got to be equal. Because there was a little bit of player unrest apparently about some players not feeling the same as others. And don't be afraid to drop if they need to. But like press conferences, you can't come out and go, oh yeah, we just got beat by 30 points, but I found some positives out of it. Mate, I want a coach to come in and say, we just got beat. There needs some changes here. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And we were shit. We were garbage. Own it, stand up to it, and change it. Not just say, oh, we've got some positive out of it. If not, get rid of him. I'll do it for half the job.
Yeah, and this is the thing, isn't it? People are questioning, well, what's the point of having these repeat sort of media after the game, media discussions, and it's the same bloody thing each time. And so I can see why people are frustrated as well at the moment, so
100%. I mean, I'm not, I won't sit here and disrespect the coach, because he's got a hard job, but
absolutely, yeah.
Let the players. I think some of his coaching styles have to change. Like let the halves play their own game. The way he's coaching it for his style is just not working. I believe, and I'm not saying he's got to go. Maybe try something different this week. Things could change. It could be the turnaround.
So, and I think it's a bit of buy-in from the players too, trying to get them back on side as well.
Yeah,
because you lose interest when you're in that position. You lose interest as a player too.
Something's not right, but I just can't put my finger on what it is. I mean, if we're more involved in behind closed door things, we might be able to, but
absolutely, So we'll see what happens. That's what I think. So.
Too easy, buddy. I hope that answered your question for you. And
I just thought a lot of chatter, and there's not enough real truth coming out of it, if you know what I mean. So
that's right. 100% right, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the show down that way anyway.
Oh, we do. Yes. I love it. So it's all good.
Good stuff, mate. We appreciate all your support down there. And, hopefully one day we might be able to bring the show down there.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. That'd be awesome.
Anyway, champion,
very good.
We appreciate your call, and we'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Good on you. Thanks for that.
Hey, champion.
Have a good evening.
See you, Michael.
See you, mate.
See ya. See you guys.
I gotta be honest, one of my favourite things in this life is to sit down with some amazing meat and just stuff my face full of it. And the best meat that you will come across, honestly, is found at Steak and Chops Butchery at Tanilba Bay. Jump on their Facebook page and check out some of the prices and some of the specials. The quality is outstanding, the prices are excellent. You really can't go wrong. Steak, chops, sausages, mince, lamb loins. What more could you want? Get on down to Steak and Chops. That's 69 Beatty Boulevard in Tanilba Bay. Tell them the Sasquatch sent you.
All right, guys, time for caller number 4. Who we got there?
We've got Ian, Corey's dad.
Oh, made good bus trip on the weekend?
Yes, it was a good trip. Would have been better in the stand, but it was a good trip, good game to watch. Well, it wasn't much of a game, but it was good going to a football game again. But yeah,
no, it's
haven't been to one for a while. Yeah,
we'll you have to come on a few more with us, mate. But while we got you there, what's your question for us, champion?
I got a question for Corey, or even you, Dean. It doesn't matter. What do you think of the Ben Hunt saga?
I'll let Corey answer that one.
Well, okay. I guess, Dad, you probably know my thoughts on this. We discussed this many a times. I think he deserves. I think if he wants to go, he should go and just leave the halves for Monet and Sullivan. I think.
Agree. Couldn't agree more. But I don't agree on him leaving and going to the Broncos. Like, you know, my way of looking at it, he's looking at, St George are not going to win a comp this year. Or the Broncos are could. Well, sorry, stick it out. Support your teammates the rest of the year, then go.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. What you're saying, that he wants to win a comp and he won't do it with us.
He won't do it with the Knights either, that's for sure. But, yeah, mate, stick it out for the rest of the year. Show your teammates and your fans a little bit of respect. Continue on, and then at the end of the year, move on. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just a bit worried that he'll not play professionally for the rest of the year, though, because he's spat the dummy, you know.
If that's the case, bench him. You know, put him him back to reserve grade.
Well, that's a possibility too. If you know, he gives us no respect, well, we got to give him no respect.
100% agree. You know, like you've just paid him how many seasons you been there?
I think it's number 5 now, maybe 6. I don't know.
So it'll be a few mil.
I think this is the end of his 5th, and he had 2 more to go. Like he re-signed, so
it'll be a few $1 million, eh? So you know, yeah. Sorry, he knows the fans and the club a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's been one of their best player for at least 4 of those years.
100% agree. Couldn't agree more. And I know a lot of it's probably not his fault. It's got a lot to do with the board, but I just think mid-year he probably owes the fans and the club a little bit as well, and just to finish the rest of the year. And then after that, I'm happy for him to get out of his rest of his contract if it benefits both parties.
I totally agree with you, Dean. Totally agree with you.
That's it, mate. Well, hopefully there's better things ahead for not just the Knights but St George as well, mate. Something's got to change for us.
Well, that's when you're talking about going to more games with you. It's make St George in that. Put St George into those games.
We're actually looking at the last game of the round at Cogra. Hopefully, going to get down to that.
Is that a weekend game?
Yeah. It's a Saturday, I
think
believe.
it's a Saturday, Dad. Yeah.
Oh, that's good then. That'll suit me right down to the ground.
Yeah, we might have a chance of winning.
It'll be a toss of the coin.
It would. We're looking at going down to that one. So, because I don't think either team's going to make the final, so it'll be our last game of the year. So that'll be good. But mate, we appreciate your call, and it was good to finally meet you on the weekend.
Yeah, well, it's likewise, mate. It was a good trip, and thanks again. Appreciated it, and thanks for the call. And I'll see Corey later too.
No worries, champion. Appreciate it.
All right, mate.
Good night.
Good night.
See ya.
See you, Corey.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys. Caller number 5. Who we got?
Well, hello there, boys. How are you?
Oh. Hello, Simon.
How are we?
Good, champion. How are you, mate?
Well, I'm not bad for an old man, I suppose.
Mate, how can we help you today?
Oh, that's a very loaded question, Dean.
My bad.
I wanted to know your opinion on the dog's breakfast of a game on the weekend.
Oh, don't get me started. Very, how would you say? Well, let the fans down, let their self down. Yeah, I did see, like I said, I've mentioned it a few times on the show tonight because there were a couple of players in particular that were really had their heads down after the game, and the loss really did hurt them, I feel. Others I didn't think so much, but
You think there's a bit of a culture problem there?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. But in saying that too, you know, maybe the club needs to hear from some passionate fans what the club means to them. Like, you know, sit them down in that training room, the team. You know, I just use an example myself. I'll go in and tell the players what they're playing for, what that club actually means to me. And it's not, you know, just a club. You know, tell them what they're actually playing for, what the club means to us, and maybe bring the, I don't know, pride and spirit back in the jersey.
I do think there might be a culture issue at the club. Get it? Culture club.
Oh, gotcha.
I wanted to find out what's so funny.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, that's good. What did you think of Kalen Ponga laughing on the TV show the other day about that hot mic moment?
I missed that, sorry. Was that on the Matty John show?
Yes. So he was laughing about the how did Newcastle lose comment.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a good look, but, I mean, what do you do when you're on that kind of show? I mean, if you're on the Matty John show, you've got
a lot more on that kind of coin.
Sorry?
You'd expect him to do a lot more on that kind of coin.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I think 1.6 is too much for any player, no matter what team they're in. But, yeah, I don't know, mate. To be honest, like I said, I think, you know, maybe they need to be sat down, the team, after a training session in that training room that they have, and, you know, have a couple of fans come in and tell them what the club means to them, what they're actually playing for. You know, they're not playing just for an emblem. They're playing for, you know, this club means a lot to so many people, and with, you know, all the bad things in life that happen these days, it's a lot of people turn to rugby league for a you know, some kind of outing kind of thing, and to bring some happiness and joy. And yeah, I just think that might be the way to go. Is hear for some. They need to hear some things from the fans, what the club means to them.
Wasn't for the fans, they wouldn't be in a job.
No, that's right.
It's a very passionate town, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, it is. And, you know, a lot of people... actually, I'll tell the story. I was talking to Tyson Gamble's sister today, and Tyson apparently told her that my family's footy mad. And I said to him, well, you're right, you know. It's got I've had a lot of bad things in life, you know, depression, you know, things like that. And you turn to that for... you know, to give you a boost up, and you know, we do it as a family now, and you know, things like that bring you through to a better place, and you know, like moving on to, I've got a lovely wife and family now, and kids, and couldn't be happier. And you know, rugby league is a real, you know, when the team's going good, the town's going good, the town's happy, and the spirit of everyone's just through the roof. And yeah, they're not just playing for a rugby league team; they're playing for a town. They're playing for people's happiness, I believe, and yeah, it's more than a team. It's more than a game.
Unfortunately, in Toorak, all we get passionate about is whether our chai latte is the right sort of consistency.
Actually, now when you're onto that too, a good friend of ours, Chris Vassallo, had a phone call the other day from a souffle.
Souffle. What a funny name.
Yeah, we thought of you straight away.
Why would you think of me?
When you were having your souffle problems.
Oh, don't be talking about that on air. That's personal, Danny. You leave my sloppy souffle out of this, thank you.
My apologies.
Now, who's in there tonight?
We got the resident minion. We have Corey.
You gotta say resident.
We have Christopher, Shane, and Barboy Gary, the Silver Fox.
Oh, the Silver Fox. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Simon. How are you?
Well, how's it hanging, my favourite old man?
I couldn't hear what he said.
No, I don't get
How's it
anything.
hanging for an old man?
I'm here waiting for you.
Oh, you tease.
How's Terence?
Oh, Terence is okay. He's been, like I said last time, he's on these weird business trips, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening. He seems to be coming home a lot more tanned, a little bit more frisky. I don't know what's going on there. And some sort of strange problem with he sniffs a lot.
Well, his pistol.
No, he sniffs a lot.
Oh, he sniffs a lot.
Oh, sniffs a lot.
Oh, right.
Scratch
You might have to give him some Nasonex or something just to sort him out.
I don't think I want to touch him.
Hey, if he comes home with a Vasalo, that's when you know you're in trouble. Frank.
Well, I understand. Yes, the Fasalos are a randy bunch, though.
Apparently so. Anyway, mate, we appreciate your call, and hopefully that answered your question for you.
Yes, thank you very much. Glad to talk to you all again. Now, where's my Big Johnson?
Oh, yeah, he's not with us tonight, mate.
He being slack.
Oh, he's got a sniffle. He's got a bit of a cold.
Big Johnson, come on.
Yeah, no, he's a bit under the weather the last couple of weeks, so
maybe him and Terence can get on.
Well,
with the sniffle.
Possible, yes. Maybe they've been doing something behind our backs.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they've been doing some travel guides themselves.
Yes, well, I think it's Bear Week in Spain at the moment, so who knows?
Anyway, champion, good to hear from you, and hope you enjoy the show.
Oh, we always enjoy the show. Thank you so much for being patient with an old novice to this sport, but I'm just enjoying the ruggedness of it.
Yes, no doubt you do. Anyway, champion, take care, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Simon.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Simon.
All right, guys, and we'll take another short break and be back shortly.
Are you looking for something a little bit different, perhaps? Something a little bit out of the ordinary? Head down to the Liquidators, Raymond Terrace. Liquidators is a discount variety store. They specialise in all sorts of different home decor items, candles, even hardware. There's costumes and wigs for that fancy dress party. There's art, all sorts of things that are a little bit different. Liquidators Raymond Terrace. That's 34 William Street in Raymond Terrace.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And time for a bit of teamless for this week. You got them there, mate?
Yeah, mate, I have. Yeah. I'll, let's get that out of the way. And you
want to do the dogs?
I'll do the doggies. So one is Hayes Perham. The wingers are Jacob Carraz and the Fox, Josh Adokar. In the centres is Jake Avarillo and Paul Alamonte. The 5'8" is Khalid Rajib, and the halfback is Matty Burton. So in the forward pack, we have Curtis Moran, Jacob Preston, Jacob Ockenbaugh, and up front, Tavita Pangai Jr., Max King, and the hooker is Reid Marnie. And on the interchange is Harrison Edwards, Ryan Sutton, Frank Pele, and Jackson Tapine.
Nice. Not a bad lineup. Yeah. Anyway, for the mighty Newcastle Knights, number 1, Kalen Ponga, 2, Dominic Young, and Greg Marju on the other wing, Anali Tawala and Bradman Best in the centres. Halves pairing of it's Gamble time, Tyson Gamble and Jackson Hastings, Daniel Saifidi and Leo Thompson in the front row, Phoenix Crosland at hooker, Tyson Frizzell, Lockie Fitz comes back at 12, and Adam Elliott. Reserves of Kurt Mann, Jacob Sofidi, Jack Hetherington, and Matt Crocker. Does anyone else find it interesting that Dylan Lucas has gone straight from the starting side back to the reserves?
Is that because Lachlan Fitzgibbon's back?
Yeah, I can understand that, but if you're in the starting 13 and you get replaced by someone else, wouldn't you go back to reserves bench? You'd think. And I didn't think he played that badly, to be honest.
He's been playing really well for a rookie.
So, I mean, who do you take out of the interchange bench? You know, Kurt Mann, Jacob Sofidi, Jack Hetherington, or Matt Crocker?
Well, they've been pretty steady. That's been a pretty steady bench all year, hasn't it, really, for the those 4 guys that have been rotating.
I mean, I was pretty impressed with Kurt Mann when he came on last week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say overly excited, but I thought he'd done some good things.
Yeah.
Do you leave out Lachlan Fitzgibbon for a couple more weeks?
Nah, Fitzy's been playing some good footy.
Yeah. It's actually good to have him back.
Fitzy gone to Warrington, is it?
Has
it been confirmed?
Not sure.
Well, it looks like he's going, put it that way.
Okay.
Sad to see him go. Yeah, sad to see this one, boys.
Well, I hope the Knights bounce back. They owe the fans to bounce back. That's for sure. It'll be a tough game though. I think the Doggies, a bit hit and miss this year for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Tyson Campbell take the line on a bit more, like I was saying. I reckon Ponga's going to have his best a big test this week with some Burton bombs.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we can bounce back. Have to bounce back as well. If we don't win this week, the finals are gone.
Yep.
For me, Gaz.
Same thing. When we pick them later, I've already gone for Newcastle, but I think it'll be a very, very close game.
It could be an interesting one too.
Yeah.
I think both teams are going to want it, but hopefully we can come out home with the chocolate.
Yeah, we have to. If we don't, that's all over Red Rover for us. I can't see us coming back from that. So anyway, that's on a Sunday at 2 p.m. But yeah, there's not much I can say really on last week. We're just moving forward now.
Yep, just to wait and see, really, isn't it? So,
Anyway, we might go around the grounds now. Last week's games.
Yeah.
Last week's games, here we go.
Big Gazza.
St George 18, Warriors 48.
How good are the Warriors?
Warriors, they're up the 4th spot now, I believe. Yeah, what did I say at the start of the year? They'll be a smoky.
Yeah.
Well, here they come. And you know what? They're only going to get better. So, yeah.
Generally, they always fire around Origin time because they don't have any players. But this year, they've been so steady.
Mitch Barnett come back too.
Yeah.
So, good to see him back.
And they're putting on big points as well. I know the Dragons, Dragons aren't going real well, but they're still putting on big points on everyone.
How good is Dallin Latine?
Leslie.
Yeah. How good is he going?
He did well.
4 tries?
Yep.
4 tries on the weekend?
Yep.
He's gone back to career best form when he was playing at Penrith, if you ask me. Hasn't been like that for years, and I tell you what, I'm glad. Good bloke, because we were talking to him, obviously, Kylie being a big Penrith fan, and we said to him, one day, we were sad to see you leave. He said, I was pushed. He didn't want to leave. He was pushed. You don't know what to believe, but it's sad, but I'm glad that he's found a home at the Warriors and playing some good footy, so good on him.
Yeah.
Good bloke. Good bloke.
Really good. Next.
We'll just take a second for this one. Parramatta 48, Dolphins 20.
Drum roll, please.
Next. Dolphins ordinary. Parramatta playing some good footy. Jermaine Hopgood. Can't praise this kid enough. Penrith product that's gone over to Parramatta and just going even better again.
And Mike Acevo didn't even get on the score sheet in that 48. I'm surprised.
Very.
So he's up the leading try scorers with Dom Young, I believe.
Yep.
So, it'd be interesting to see who gets the chocolates at the end. Parramatta playing some good football, so, they'll be up there finals time if they continue this run.
And that's 5 in a row for Parramatta now, isn't it?
Dolphins,
They've Para have surprised me. They're obviously, I thought this year personally with the forwards.
Yeah, I thought they
out,
would have struggled.
And now with Dylan Brown gone, I thought, they might go back a cog. But
So what's the go with Dylan Brown? What's the
Haven't
latest?
heard anything yet.
Nothing.
Haven't heard.
Yeah.
See, my issue, if they had this stand down kind of thing, same thing happened to Luciano Leilua.
Yep.
If they're found innocent, should they get some kind of compensation? Or the person that done these fake accusations, they should be charged, I believe.
Exactly. And it should be innocent until proven guilty. They had
at the moment they're
video
guilty
there,
Guilty
but
till proven innocent. Yeah.
they had video there, but you know, you put your hand on someone, and they go off the top end, and you don't know the full story.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's
The
been a
next
very long
one,
week.
Penrith 20, Newcastle 12.
Yeah, next.
Next one, we've discussed all that. Melbourne 24, Manly 6.
Manly going backwards now.
Yeah.
And they'll go back further now, I think, now that Turbo's not there.
They're signing Luke Brooks.
Yeah, and Hayes Perham from Canterbury, and they've re-signed Koala and Schuster.
Schuster, 2.4 mil.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good.
No.
In my opinion. Yeah.
Might be in a year or two, but not at the moment, I think.
That's a lot of money. Anyway.
With Manly's signing Luke Brooks, you reckon that's Cherry Evans last year, this year?
Oh, it depends what his contract is, because they signed him to a whopping big one.
I can see it'll be Luke Brooks at 6, Cherry Evans at 7,
Because Cherry Evans
and
playing
John
some good
Schuster
footy.
at 13.
Cherry Evans is playing some good footy at the
Some
moment.
good football.
Unfortunately, I'm not a fan, but he's playing some good footy.
No one likes Manly, but he's playing.
Yeah.
You got to give it where it's due.
Yeah, he's sticking his neck out this year, that's for sure.
Yeah. Brisbane 12, Gold Coast Titans 18.
It's amazing how if you sack a coach and they win the same week.
Yeah, and a day game for the Broncos. They can't play day.
And the Gold Coast were defensively outstanding.
And Jordan Ricky's out for 6 weeks. Big loss, I feel there. Thomas Flegler, was it free?
He's out for a bit.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know
he'll be
exactly.
out for Origin as well. So that probably make way for the big ginger cat.
Oh wow, there's going to be some changes in there for the Maroons. So.
Interesting that one, but the Broncos have bounced back, but they were disappointing, very disappointing, and as we'll touch on in a minute, so was Reece Walsh. But next, guys,
Talking about losing and losing bad. South 6, the Cowboys 31. They dished it up to them.
Yeah, Cowboys coming good at the right end of the season, so might be
Your
their
prediction earlier in the...
Yeah, I thought they'd be better than this now, but maybe it's their late charge.
Still plenty of time. I think they're only 2 or 4 points out of the 8 now. So
Tal Malolo's out again.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's out this week, been injured again. So there's my case of $1 Million Man, $10 product.
I think they can cover him now.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money to outlay to a player that's
sitting on the sideline.
Yes, that's my issue with $1 Million players.
They've been pretty ordinary too, haven't they?
Yeah, 100%. Next, guys.
The Roosters 18 and Shano's Canberra Mob 20.
Did I not say last week's show for an upset that Canberra will beat them? Yeah, I went my head and took the Roosters and they won. The Raiders won. So good on them. Good on the milk and stuff.
We've got to get some green milk or something.
Yeah. Still
waiting.
going to get some.
Still waiting.
Well done to the Raiders.
Maybe in a few weeks.
Any team that beats the Roosters, in my opinion, is good.
Yeah, some green milk. I'm keen.
Yeah.
We'll have a taste test on the show.
Shano going to get it for us or?
Yep, he'll on it, the big fella. So
Good on you, Shano.
Legend.
Yeah.
I was just
Thanks,
saying.
Shane.
You're not getting 2.
Oh, come on.
You can suck hold as much as you like, but you're only going to get 1. That's it.
Any team that beats the Roosters every week is good for my, in my eyes.
I hate the Roosters. Anyway, guys, we might take a short break and come back and do the rest of it and wrap the show up.
Wraps up, yeah.
Purnell's Awards and Apparel is your one-stop shop for everything you might need for your business or your sporting club. Have a listen to this. There are corporate awards, cups, trophies, display cases, drinkware, giftware, medals, perpetuals, plaques and shields, and even apparel. There's so much there. It's great stuff. It's great quality at a great price. Head down to Purnell's in 2 locations, purnells.com.au or email winner@purnells.com.au.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And time for this week's games. So, Big Gaz, you want to do them?
I'll do them.
Yep.
First game. Cronulla Sharks against
St George Illawarra Dragons.
Can't see any different result than another thumping.
At least you're honest.
I'll take the Sharks.
Sharks.
Yeah, Sharks.
Warriors and South, that's a good one.
Warriors South. This is the one we picked for the
Fridge?
Yeah, pick the score.
Yep.
The Warriors versus South. I went the Warriors.
I'm going to go the Warriors over there.
Mm.
You know, South's
Warriors.
struggling a little bit. But-
Warriors by 20.
And not to mention Latrell's going to be out for even longer. So yeah,
I don't think it'll be 20 in it. I think it'll be a bit closer. So I think they'll kick back a bit, but I don't think they'll win.
No, I reckon the Warriors at home will be too strong. Too strong.
I wouldn't mind betting Katie Walker starts getting a bit pushy too.
No, he can keep that in his game till the Knights play him. So
Passing game.
the games gets into him.
Next one,
there's another cracker.
Friday nighter, Melbourne Penrith.
Penrith will have their stars back. I'm going to take Penrith here.
I'm going to say Penrith and Golden Point.
It's $1.90 each. Yeah, Cleary's not back. Yeah, how long's Cleary got out still? Another couple of weeks.
2 or 3. Right.
I've gone Melbourne, but I didn't know they were all coming back. But I'll stick with Melbourne. I'll be the odd one out.
Again.
Saturday, Canberra and the Titans.
Canberra.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, down there.
too.
Gold Coast were good last week, but yeah, I'll take Canberra.
I'm going to be odd one out again. Titans for me. North Queensland Cowboys against West Tigers.
North Queensland.
Yeah, I'll be like Corey, back at Cowboy.
Another
Cowboys.
hard one, though, to pick.
Yep.
It's a hard one to pick. Yeah, I'm going the Cowboys too.
Brisbane against the Dolphins.
Got to go the Broncos.
Yeah,
Dolphins.
Bronx.
Dolphins are just very
I'm going the
disappointing.
Dolphins. Fins up. Broncos got a few out.
Well, give us a fin. Give us a fin.
Fins up.
That's it.
Seriously.
So I just think the Broncos got a few players out now. I think the Dolphins will win.
I think,
So fins up again.
I think they should be sponsored by John West because they're getting rejected a lot.
True.
I like it. Sunday game.
Cracker, I reckon. this
Canterbury, Newcastle.
This could be a good game. If Knights start showing a bit of form and Canterbury does it here and there, it could be a very close game. But I think the Knights will bounce back. Could be a close one, but yeah, I'd say the Knights.
Newcastle for me.
Newcastle for me in a close one. And to wrap it up, Manly against the Roosters.
I'm going to take the Manly.
Manly.
Roosters are very disappointing.
Yep.
I'm going the Roosters.
Yeah.
Oh, you clown.
What's that? Is that you can't say fins
You
up
don't
some
like
of the
Manly?
Roosters.
No.
I don't like the Roosters either.
Is that
I like both of them, but
is that-
I'm going
Go the ball boy.
I'm going the Roosters.
Yeah.
I know
That's
you,
it.
you like the Roosters though, don't you, Mitch?
No.
No?
Don't like them, but I'm just going the Roosters.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll also giveaway for the on the bus.
Yeah, so for the bus, Leanne, Laurel, if that's how you pronounce your name, you've gone on to the Chocolate Worlds.
For your photo was
Yep,
the photo of the week we chose, which was the photo with standing room only on
Yep,
the nighttime bus
bus,
tour.
yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty creative.
And
So,
and also too, we forgot to mention the talking Schmidt. The caller of the week goes to Scotty.
all right, yeah, it was a really good question. So we've got some other stuff to give away soon. We might have a Knights jersey to give away soon, I reckon. Probably an old school one. What do you reckon? Stockland jersey?
Penny Penny.
Yeah, I guess Stockland.
Or BP.
97.
What about BP? Go
Got,
BP.
we've got a 97 one
Righto.
over there. We'll give
Righto.
that away. Might even get MG to sign it
Well done.
and give it away.
What about we all signed it as well?
They'll give it back to us. But yeah, we've also got probably a little nighttime show bag coming up, giveaway. A couple other little things too that we're going to use for some charity stuff. So we're going to auction off too. Knights skateboard with a bottle dispenser on it. I think it's coming, and a fridge coming soon. Sorry, Big Esky. Big esky with custom esky, so I'm not sure of the design, but I dare say it'll be Knights and signed. So yeah, we'll
Can you have Barboy Gary's name on it?
I probably could.
Yeah, it'll go good when I go camping.
You got to enter it. So yeah. Anyway, bold predictions.
Bold predictions. Can I start with this one?
Well, I'm looking at you.
Alright, sweet. Well, I'm going to go the Knights to win and Leo Thompson to get his first try. He's so close every week.
And that's a Gosling.
And that'll be a Gosling.
But where? We're not going to see him. We won't
He's
be
gonna
able to
have to
go.
do it
I'll do it here next Tuesday night.
No.
Oh. No, I reckon you should just do it on your,
No.
via your phone.
No. If it's, I've got a better idea. If he does, that's a challenge.
Okay.
If he does it, he owes us a challenge that we choose.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, done. Speaking of challenges, we're heading down to the go-karts in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Heading down to Extreme Indoor Go-Karts, Warners Bay. A good friend of mine, Luke Searle, and his wife, Min, own. Yeah, awesome place. Now gone 2-story bridges and stuff. So we're going to film it. We're going to show it on the show, and some awesome fun. Awesome fun. So I can't wait. It's the nighttime Grand Prix, it'll be. So check that out.
I'm keen as.
Are you Mario?
Luigi.
We won't say too much. We'll just leave it at that. You'll have to stay tuned. Yeah.
I'm going to be hunting you down, Minion.
Thank you.
No, I won't, because I'll be in front of you.
Lapping him.
That's it.
Yeah, sorry. Gaz, your ball prediction?
Is Adam Reynolds playing on the weekend?
Should be.
Him to have a blinder and score a try.
Corey.
For me to get a full round this week. That's my bold prediction.
That is bold.
No,
Did you go St George?
No, I was going to go Cronulla. Knights, obviously, to win by 6, and I'm going to go just, Greg Margie just to get a double. So it's
Sounds easy.
Nice and bold.
Well, Knights to bounce back, and I tell you what, I've been riding it all night, but I'm just that passionate for him to bounce back. Gamble the return to some good form. The way he looked at the end of the game, I wish I had some footage of it. It affected him, and that's what you want in your players, for a loss to affect and not go, well, still getting paid. You want this, and
heart and soul.
I think he'll bounce back, and
there's that challenge for us. So if Gamble does score, he's got to do the Gosling.
I'll do the Gosling.
Is he going to score?
Of course he will.
Yeah. All right. So Leo scores on. Yeah.
Or Gamble.
Hey, actually, while we're on the subject of people losing, another good friend and helper with the show, Cam.
Yes.
I believe he lost a bet.
He did.
You know, Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, has to do a run down the street that we pick in a Mancuni.
Oh.
Freezing cold down in Penrith, wherever.
No, I'll make him do it up here somewhere.
Oh, we'll do it up here this way. Yeah.
Might be not deep before that. Sorry, Cam.
Big shout out to Cam and the Mancuni.
God, we're going to have some cameras running.
That'll be like watching the Coolangatta Gold again, part 2.
It'll be like, you see it on the news, man arrested for indecent exposure. Anyway, guys, that's us for this week. Big shout out to, as always, the Crazy Lady. Also, I'd like to thank everyone that had lunch with us for the Crazy Lady's birthday, belated lunch. It was good. Everyone that was involved with the bus trip, it was great. Port Stephens coaches, I know that we've had feedback from them today that they're absolutely wrapped in us and what we're doing. Feedback from them, from us, about them and everything. Everything is just great, and people are enjoying it, and so are they. So hopefully we can do more with them again. But if you need any kind of bus or any function, don't forget Port Stephens coaches, and tell them that we sent you. They'll look after you. All of our sponsors.
Burton Toyota.
Burton Automotive. Yeah, you can't can't praise them enough.
Steak and chops.
Yep, steak and chops.
Sayers Inc. Harry Schnitzels. Talking
I haven't been there
schnitz.
for a while. I have to go back to them, I think.
Yeah, I've been every couple of weeks, but trying to lose weight, I can't go all the time. But I might head down there this week and get some.
Purnells. The Gal. Grand Matriarch. Liquidators. Who else have we got?
Thirsty Messiah.
Thirsty Messiah.
Yeah, so don't forget to watch the game. Happy hour down at the Gal. They give it away a jersey, so it's Thirsty.
$5, $3, is it?
Yeah, cheap, very cheap.
cheap, yeah.
Not nighttime happy hour.
Yeah.
Also, Thirsty Messiah. They got a jersey given away down there as well from us. So head in there and you can win it. But that's us. Yeah, big shout out to Crazy Lady, Adam, Shane, Frank Vassallo, Gaz, Minion,
Thank
Corey.
you. Thanks for having me again.
So, go the Knights.
Go the Knights.
And until next week,
Every night.
it's night time.
Good night.
Good night. Is he in focus there? Is he in focus?
Chris, we love you.
Yuck!
Look, I am your father.
Take 9.
What? Come on, do it properly. All right, guys, it's time for caller number 4. Who we got there?
That hung up, did it? Did it hang up?
Yeah, I knew
You did
That's a good one.
He got a phone call from someone today. Do you want to know who?
Oh, tell me.
Tell him.
Chuck me off.
I beg your pardon.